Good morning, everybody. This is Stephen Pugh of the Home Bible College. I want to do a lecture number 30 for the students of the Home Bible College. And the proposition of this lecture, some of these lectures are big and some of them are small, but this one's a very simple one. It is that the Christian does not get entangled in church politics. Now, some people may say, what do you mean church politics? Well, we all know what church politics is. It's all about the interchange of ideas and relationships between people, and very much in terms of politics, there are groups and there are parties involved that come together to, as it were, oppose and fight against one another. Now, following on from the previous lecture, we propose that the Christian does not get entangled in the politics behind church life, either in a macro or a micro scale, either on the big scale or on the little scale. And it's not the business of a Christian to get involved in the politics of denominations. There are no New Testament denominations. There were no Methodists and Calvinists and Presbyterians and Catholics and everything else in the New Testament church. And when we get to glory, there'll be none in heaven either. So this idea of parties and splits and divisions and groups of people of the same thinking, it's something that's just contrary to New Testament thought. In the New Testament time, there were certain groups that were beginning to evolve around certain personalities and concepts. And these divisions were very carefully and strongly taught against by the apostles, and especially by Paul. Some said, we belong to Peter's party. Others said, oh, no. Apollos was much more handsome, much more fluent. Others would say, oh, no. Paul is the one. He's the one that we gather around. Others, they even said, oh, no, it's Christ. We gather around Christ. But, this was a type of childish talk. It's, are you in my gang or are you not in my gang? If you're not in my gang, then you need to say, and so on. So this forcing of people to take sides over issues or over people, and this is a most unsavory thing in the Christian church. And Paul asked a very simple question. He said, did Christ die for you, or was it Peter that died for you? Was it Apollos that gave his life for you, or was it me? He says, no, you don't understand. He said, we all belong to Christ. You don't belong to Peter, and you don't belong to Apollos, and you don't belong to me. You all, right? They all belong to you. That's the point. Wow, what a difference of thinking that was. It's very natural, to have a particular line of thinking or a particular practice that you prefer. And of course, one would not be very happy if confusion is taught amongst God's people. Two different preachers get up on the same platform and say contradictory things. That's not a great thing, of course. However, we ought to be very careful not to break into groups and separate ourselves from other true brethren just because we have a different way of thinking about something. We must in all humility recognize Christ in one another and seek to work as much as possible together. However, these things do happen. We do not need to necessarily fan the flames and get all entangled in the affairs of the politics of church. Either the politics of the large denominations, perish the thought, or even amongst the politics of our own church, perish the thought. This idea of being in groups, blocks of people that vote in a particular way or think in a particular way, it's a most accursed thing. We need to have the mind of Christ. We need to think like Christ thinks. Is Christ divided? No, he's not divided. We all are sons of God by grace and through faith in our Lord Jesus Christ. Well, I look forward to speaking to you at the next opportunity. Have a great day, all of you. Bye for now.